Yo, what is up, guys? It is Renegon Eagle here, back again for yet another video. So, today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 anime movies of all time. Now, I'm not going to be talking about anything that's based off of an anime, so no Naruto movies, no Bleach movies, stuff like that. These are just going to be standalone movies that I think are the best. So, just remember, comment, like, definitely subscribe, and let's cue that intro and get right into number 5.
Do not misunderstand it. This is not power of your creation.
Alright, so our number 5 is Mononoke Hime. So if you don't know what Mononoke Hime is, it is a movie written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki, who is, on default, kind of the best ever director, writer, all that. So it is animated by Studio Ghibli, however you want to pronounce that. Basically, it is a movie set in the late Muromachi period of Japan, like 1,000 years ago. Just give it to you straight. But it includes fantasy elements and stuff like that, obviously. So, basically it's about this kid named Ashitaka. So, he is the last Emishi prince of his village, and he is attacked by a demon, and it gives him a curse, which gives him superhuman strength, but eventually it'll spread through his body and kill him. So the entire movie is about Ashitaka heading west to try and find the forest god, and hopefully it'll heal him. There's a lot more characters than just Ashitaka, but he is the main character, and without getting into spoilers, he's the only one I can actually discuss. So, pretty much it's just him trying to find this god, and then there's a fight between the 3 gods from the 3 different tribes, stuff like that. I can't really give you a good description of it without spoilers. So, anyway, 10 out of 10, definitely go check it out. I don't know where you can watch it legally, but I know it is on those pirated movie websites. So, we're going to move on to number 4. Alright, so at number 4, we have another movie by Hayao Miyazaki. We have Spirited Away. This is an oldie. Half of this list is old, but Spirited Away. If you haven't heard of it, I don't know how. It is about this girl named Chihiro. She's moving into a new neighborhood, and when they're trying to go to their house, they find this tunnel. And they go through this tunnel, and they find this little town area, and they're trying to find people to ask for directions. And then her parents find a food stand, and they just start eating the food, and they say, oh, we'll pay for it later. And then all of a sudden, Chihiro gets transported, I guess, into this other world of kami, which are spirits of Japanese Shinto folklore. Either way, I'm not getting into the Shinto religion. There's a lot of stuff to talk about there. But her parents are turned into pigs. So the whole thing of the movie is her trying to free herself and her parents to return to the human world. So even if you haven't seen this movie before, you've probably seen the mascot to say of this movie. I'll put him up on the screen right now. This dude. No face. You've probably seen him before. Before I saw the movie, I still recognized him, but I did not know what he was from. But if you've seen him, then this is what movie he's from. Anyway, you should definitely go and watch it. It won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. So, that's kind of a good thing, because anime never, ever wins things at the Oscars. A Silent Voice, Your Name, Weathering with You, all of those, and everything on this list, not even considered for Oscars, even though they should have been, but they weren't. Anyway, this is probably one of the most world-renowned anime movies of all time. A lot of people might have had it higher, but for many reasons, I do not. Anyway, with all that being said, Spirited Away, number 4, go check it out. Now, let's move on to number 3. So, at number 3, we have yet another Studio Ghibli movie. This is the third one, and I can assure you this is the last Studio Ghibli movie on this list. So, number 3, we have Grave of the Fireflies. So, if you've never heard of this, it is probably one of the most tragic films ever, but at the same time, it's amazing. It's about these two kids named Seita and Setsuko. They are brother and sister, and they live in Kobe, Japan. And this is a autobiographical story. So, that makes it more sad because most of this stuff actually happened during World War II, which is when this movie is set. So, basically, it is just a story of Seita and Setsuko and how their life progressed during the World War II. So, yeah, I mean, it's really sad and definitely a touchy subject, but definitely worth the watch if you've never seen it. I definitely would give it a 10 out of 10 and recommend it to everyone. But anyway, yeah, it's sad, but it's also really amazing at the same time. Definitely go check it out. I would highly recommend you check it out the most out of all of these. But anyway, moving on to number 2. So, at number 2, we have one of my favorite movies of all time. And I know that if you're a long-term subscriber, you've definitely heard me talk about it before. So, this movie comes straight to us from Makoto Shinkai. And let me just say, aside from Miyazaki, Makoto Shinkai is one of the best in the business of all time. Comics Wave films. We have Kimi no Nawa, Your Name. Oh my god. Like, dude, this movie, I can't even, I'm not gonna say it's overhyped, because it's not, because I fucking love it. Anyway, it is about these two kids named Mitsuha and Taki. So Mitsuha lives out in the boonies, this nowhere town, and Taki lives in Tokyo. So the whole movie is pretty much about them and how, for some supernatural reason, they swap bodies every now and then. And the whole movie is pretty much just about why they swap bodies and how they can stop swapping bodies. By the way, it is the best movie, one of. This is tied, all these were tied for number 1. They all could have been my favorite movie. It is one of the best movies of all time. Definitely go and watch it. English subs and dubs are available for all the movies I've talked about here. Oh man, and the OST, you're hearing it in the soundtrack right now. Let me just mute myself so that you can hear the music. Now, I don't know about you, but that kind of slaps. So, anyway, best movie. I can't recommend it enough. Seriously cannot. You need to go and watch it right now if you have not watched it yet. And if you already have, then you know. Or you're one of the people that thinks it's super overhyped and hates it. Either way. Your Name, number 2. Moving on to number 1. So, at number 1, we have a silent voice, Koe no Katachi. This is my number 1 for so many reasons. The main character, Shoya, I could never have related to an anime character as much as I have, without getting into the special details about my life, which I don't feel like sharing at this point. Definitely, his character resonated with me. I definitely understood exactly everything he was going through, because I myself have been there at many points in my life. Either way, Silent Voice is about these two kids named Shoya and Shoko. So, at the beginning of the movie, Shoya, he kind of bullies Shoko, but then we flash forward to about like 3 years later, 4 years later, and Shoya has become a social reject. He is so self-conscious about everything in his life, and he's super depressed. He blocks out the faces of those around him. He doesn't even want to look them in the eye. He isn't really friends with anyone anymore. He had friends in middle school, but then high school came along, and he just became the social reject because his friends were dicks. But anyway, he is all sad and stuff, and then he meets this kid, Tomohiro Nagatsuka, and he makes a friend, and I don't want to spoil anything else happens in the movie, but basically it is a like coming of age, like slice of life type thing, drama, definitely. If you've never checked it out, you definitely should. It's by Kyoto Animation, so it's automatically going to be top tier. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on Netflix in both English dub and English subs, so catering to everyone. It's definitely, at least for me, the best anime movie of all time. And I'm sorry if your favorite wasn't on here. Like I said, just let me know in the comments, and I will watch it if I haven't watched it, or if I have seen it, then I'll tell you why it wasn't on here. Because I went through a lot of different outlets to try and find like every single movie that I could remember seeing. And then, yeah, so anyway, if your movie wasn't here, then just let me know and I'll tell you why it wasn't. Or if I've never seen it, then I'll watch it. Anyway, I'm Renegon Eagle. Comment, like, definitely subscribe. Click that little bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And make sure you go check out some of my other content, because I post a lot of anime stuff. Literally all the time. So, yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.